Fox's X2 Shock platform introduces a unique position-sensitive damping design, which provides excellent control, quick hydraulic response, and four-way adjusters that can be tuned to any terrain. When the X2 shock is compressed, the main piston on the shaft pumps the full column of oil through the compression piston in the body cap. The oil then recirculates between the inner and outer bodies, through the reflow holes, and back into the inner body. Because the full column of oil is pumped through the compression piston, a large range of adjustment is possible via its low and high-speed adjusters. The X2 shock also applies Fox's patented internal bypass position-sensitive technology. This design allows oil to circumvent the damping pistons through shimmed bypass ports and a free bleed hole in the inner body of the shock. The oil recirculates into the inner body through the reflow holes. Allowing the oil to bypass the damping pistons creates plushness and comfort in the ride zone. As the shock compresses further and the main piston travels beyond the bypass ports into the bump zone, the fluid is then restricted to flowing through the compression piston at full force, creating firmness that prevents bottoming out. X2 shocks apply main piston valving that only allows oil to flow through the shim stack during very high-speed compression movements. This design results in precise damping control through the X2 compression piston at lower velocities, while providing high-pressure blow-off relief through the main piston during extreme velocities. During the rebound stroke, the main piston moves the full column of oil out of the inner body via the reflow holes and through the rebound piston, circulating the oil in the opposite direction of compression. To improve rear-end kick, rebound is initially kept firm deep in the stroke until the main piston passes the inner body bleed hole. At this point, the piston uncovers a bypass circuit, reducing rebound damping and improving comfort. The compression and rebound pistons feature one-way check valves to keep the circuits independent of one another, forcing oil through the proper base valve in one direction and allowing oil to freely bypass the other. Low-speed compression and rebound damping are controlled by metered ports. Using a screwdriver, a clockwise adjustment of the low-speed needle restricts the flow through the port and increases low-speed damping, while a counterclockwise adjustment opens the port for reduced damping. High-speed compression and rebound are also controlled by adjusters on the damping pistons. The 17mm hex adjusters control damping by preloading springs. The amount of spring preload regulates how much pressure is required to open the high-speed shim stacks. Clockwise adjustments of the 17mm hex increase high-speed damping, while counterclockwise adjustments decrease damping. In addition to the highly tunable damping system, the X2 shocks apply dual springs with adjustable crossover rings. During the initial portion of the stroke, the springs work in series, creating a low spring rate for improved small bump compliance. As the shock compresses further, the spring coupler will contact the crossover rings and transfer the entire load to the heavy lower mainspring in order to prevent bottoming out. The crossover ring position is adjustable in order to further provide users with customized tuning options. Fox X2 technology utilizes a race-proven internal bypass design and combines it with an innovative damping piston layout to provide for an extremely adjustable, position-sensitive shock that can tackle any terrain.